Well, we have some ideas of once we clear the prison, we can move them out. We also, and if need be, in order to pursue this other thing that has kind of been thrown our way and kind of being hastily rebelled, like, here's the thing. We could have Dimitri drive them back to base, and the three of us could go after the Rior and see what they're doing.
Yeah, because there was mention about some sort of like plan, some sort of update meeting that that the Rayor were going to have concerning logistics.
Okay, so we're off to eavesdrop.
Unless you guys want to do something completely different.
No, I'm down for eavesdropping.
Yeah.
I even have a built-in directional microphone in my suit
Nice.
because I'm Mandalorian Batman.
Man.
My first thought was Man Bat, because that well, that technically does work. That's something entirely different. Okay.
Comic of the EU talking to the US. It's so much better in Europe than in America. It's not like we're run by a total fool like Donald Trump. You guys just ban memes.
Nope.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Yeah, their decisions on their what was it, Article 13?
Yep. Copyright? Yeah, that's the song.
Okay.
Copyright.
See, if I remember correctly, folks were relatively relatively safe. I seem to remember you actually successfully getting away from Taldarin and the mass of troops.
Yep. Thinking I'm injured. Thinking I'm injured, and they're just doing their job. People don't believe the man, whatever. Stuff.
All thanks to proper wording. Ah. Okay, well, you guys have successfully extracted yourselves from the situation. I believe you guys took time to see who would stay and who would leave. So,
And got the people who were staying settled in the barracks.
I'll say that probably took maybe an hour or so.
Those who opted to leave, because I remember there was this very small handful of them. We will make arrangements for however they want to leave. They can either go stay with the hunters, or we can set them up in one of the abandoned villages. Or if they like, we can talk to our various smuggling contacts to arrange about getting them off world. Or if they're feeling really ballsy, we'll just give them a ride back to the city.
We wouldn't suggest that.
Yeah, I remember having that conversation of not recommending that with the miners. Like, if you want to go back to work and feel you're anonymous enough you can get away with it, by all means, but I just want you to know that, you were in prison. Do you think they would recognize you?
And plus, for the efficiency crew, they would. They keep tabs on that.
If you want to do that, I hope it's like, if you want to do that, I wholly support your decision of wanting to be a mole. I am just advising you of the risk.
We may or may not deny you're not part of it.
If you would rather, just give us names of people we should talk to that might be susceptible, and we can use them as moles. Because with the number of people we picked up, I'm sure that improved our contact network.
Actually, here's a good question, David, that I just thought of.
Yep.
I remember that Rory had came across some people that were rather discontent with the First Order people and were willing to do some questionable things. Are they here? I believe it was a Rhodian and I can't remember the other one. I didn't get names, but yeah.
So don't do names.
I don't remember. I'll ask your name.
Okay. Yes, the Rhodian is one of the people that has decided to stay, though they're iffy at the moment about going back into the city. Just because they're angry.
Well, they don't have to go back into the city.
So basically, they're probably going to be an ass. They can probably be used as an asset given a day or so to calm down. Okay. How? Unless there's any more questions, how are you guys planning on getting back in? Walking.
Let's see, you used the proton bomb, right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. I can take that.
Yeah, that thing is slag right now. A lot of it is. We pulled the fire alarm at least. And gave ample time.
Yep. I just wanted to make sure because I wanted to make we didn't accidentally cheat and have it in the loot crate. Getting back into the city, probably can use the garbage truck again.
Okay. If I remember correctly, it is night.
Mm-hmm. Or we can try sneaking. You have a preference?
I would like to remind you that the city is under extra security against the walkers and stuff outside.
So we'd probably actually move easier without the garbage truck.
That being
So
said,
everybody ignores the garbage truck. So
that being said, you also have your recycling facility is actually outside
mm-hmm.
so, of the normal city confines. So yes, you have options.
You have a preference?
Negatory.
Alright. In which case, I'm probably going to advise no garbage truck just because it's probably easier for people to slip in than it is a vehicle.
Okay. How are you guys dressed? What are you taking with you? Because unless you've changed, I assume you're in mission attire.
My plan is to still be in mission attire anyway. Yeah, because well, we're still on mission.
Probably best to be in mission.
Well, at least your mission attire somewhat blends in.
Mm. It's not that costume. His own armor. Sometimes.
Derp. Okay. You know what would be probably helpful if I had my character sheet open?
Maybe.
Yeah. Nah, you don't need it.
Assuming Windows 10 didn't hide it from me.
It'll actually be good. Maquis 6 is
Yep. I'm going to hit refresh to see if it'll let me access token information. Okay. Sorry, I caught what Crow said. Greg, how's Rory's still in his previous outfit?
the mission attire.
Okay.
As 15.2, it's somewhat
Upside, this time I can bring the dog.
Nerf.
maybe we're cloth over or something if we really need to, because some people with the garbage man that doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm not in the garbage attire. I'm in the Mando attire, so.
It's true. Well, I mean, with the garbage truck. Trying to explain why we're in
Not taking the garbage truck.
Oh,
That's what I was saying. Is that we're going in on foot's probably easier
yeah.
because then we can jump the walls and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 5D enough to make you feel comfortable?
Yeah. Don't look up.
Nope. Sorry.
Thank you, 5D. Thank you, Crow.
That's impressive.
Okay. Gonna see how safe people are. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, nice for Quinlan.
Yeah, I know, right? Master and pet are in sync.
Real.
Remind me at some point I need to talk to the logistics division because I haven't been given updates on how much money they've been making yet.
Ah, right. Okay, well,
And now that we have employees that need paying, I probably should have.
Cole is lit up quite brightly, and now you can even see the light through the dense trees as you get closer. You hear the sounds of Walker and Foot Patrol roaming around. Uh, as you get closer, I believe you believe you see a good gap in the patrol pattern. And oh, sorry, messed up my thing.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, what?
There we go.
I'm sorry, First Order. You rolled a 1 on your power die.
Okay, you're able to take the presented gap and shoot through, and using the more soundless parts of your pack, you're able to float over the wall. You are now in the night-lit city. Patrols wandering the street, mostly army patrolling around. You'll see troopers at kind of key places. The more quote unquote military you go, in terms of closer to that is where you're going to see more stormtroopers. So like government buildings, first order supply warehouses, that kind of thing. But the general out and abouts are the army. You do see the occasional uh, veteran first order trooper wandering around as a kind of like supervisor, checking in with various patrol groups. There'll be the uh, uh, lightly armed, quote unquote, police or city security land speeders that go around on the streets. Civilian traffic is light as it's gotten closer and closer to curfew.
Huh, I thought we were already past curfew. Okay.
Well, curfew for the people that some people have more permission than others. Okay. Do you know where it is you are going?
We actually have two ways of knowing. One from, I believe, previously, Rory, I believe, either Rory or no, Sky did. Sky heard where they are housed at supposedly. And two, we also still have that talking device.
Yes, Crow dropped a tracer on them.
Oh, you did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, it's only good within 1 kilometer, but still it makes it a lot easier to find them. Especially with going off the information of Sky having, going off we know they had been at the prison complex, and Sky knowing in theory where they're housed, we can use more, basically, move through those areas first.
Okay. Okay, well, with the assumption that you're not going to be spotted by the city guard, what I'll need is a search roll says you're trying to get within range of your tracking device, and a stealth roll to not be spotted by the patrols.
Will maintain your bonus, Rory.
Patrol.
Okay.
Oh, not right. Would my sensor equipment that adds bonuses to search apply here? I'm guessing not, but
Because you're relying on the tracking signal, no.
okay.
Because it is a matter of getting from that 1 kilometer range.
Yeah. Minas, not minas.
Is there any way I can assist with that roll or anything, or the search thing? Just curious.
Do you believe Rory has some way of perhaps amplifying the effective range of the tracker, or rather the detector?
The only thing I can think of is hypothetically, if it's on a frequency and all that, hypothetically tweaking it so the frequency is easier to detect. Because I imagine that after several mining accidents and the like, they try to essentially come up with radio frequencies or something like that and be able to, if there's a cave in, hone in on where the frequency is coming from and see if they can find somebody. Hypothetically, I don't know.
Okay.
Thoughts?
If I can rejigger that a bit, it's sounded like more the idea of enhancing the receiver end and maybe pick up fainter signals. In that case, I know you had your toolkit on you. If Crow's willing to let you tinker with it for a few minutes, you can make an equipment repair roll to see if you can temporarily boost the receiver.
Okay.
Sure.
Technical.
It'll either explode or I'll get a pan-galactic range. So.
How are you? How are you guys seeking? Are you like going through alleys? Are you going on top of roofs?
I figure it's probably a combination. Taking a page from Assassin's Creed, we're probably looking at a combination of alleys and rooftops, and just wherever we can find cover that allows us to move quickly.
And plus, with the way they sounded it, that there's abandoned shops supposedly. maybe sneak into one of them every once in a while.
Yeah.
Make sure there's no alarms.
Yeah, the buildings.
Like when we're stopping to do this mod, we probably ducked into a building or something.
Okay. Yeah. The buildings that the Rayor have made vacant are powered down to conserve city power. So the closest thing to alarms they have is the standard city patrol and knocking something over in terms of the items inside.
Equipment repair, I do have something in there. Woo-hoo.
Yep, that specialization, or rather that skill has popped up more often than one might think, because it's so broad.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. 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 Now here's a question: are you going more for strength or power cell conservation? Because you're modifying the device, so it's probably going to be pulling more energy. So I want to know which you're prioritizing with this roll.
I would figure the strength of the signal. That way it can pick up on essentially nuances of the signal versus others.
Gotcha.
I searched Tiefling Paladin, right?
Uh-huh.
I get Hellboy.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we can get guns.
It's
Hypothetically.
good.
Yeah, Gunslinger's there.
After a good 5 minutes of working, some soldering, some extra wires here and there, bits of things. Your battery power, your power cell reader, is now signaling that it is at half power. You will have this enhanced sensor for about 5 minutes. However, you do get +2 dice to that switch roll.
Plus 12. Brings me up to a 30, I believe.
Okay.
And I have to look, I believe. If my suit might have a power source. Okay, it doesn't say it does. Okay, so I'll have to use a spare power pack. Oh no! Whatever will I do?
Okay. Is the minor displacement your stealth roll for a try?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Fortunately, security isn't being very secure right now. So you're able to dip
As
into
it
the
should
building, do the mod, and actually instead of needing to really wander with the enhanced boosting that Rory was able to finagle, you're actually able to detect the signal from where you are. Though the endpoint is bouncing around within what appears to be a 30-meter area, but as you get closer, that vagueness becomes less vague as the margin for error decreases as you get closer. Because at this point, you're picking up on basically faded signals. Getting closer and going from alleyway, rooftop to rooftop. You get within the block that you are looking for. Are you keeping an eye on your battery power since you have a good, a pretty much kind of a good signal that you're kind of not too worried about?
I assume I'm under the impression power readings are probably on his HUD, so yeah, he's keeping an eye on it.
Okay.
That just makes sense to me that he have things like power on blaster or power on equipment.
Yeah. Okay. Totally named that in a way that is good. Okay. Here we are. You guys are on top of what once was okay. You are what once was the Miner's Delight is that in the signal is coming from over here. There is a looks like a apartment building. Since a lot of this stuff is from the city proper versus new first order buildings, probably it has much nicer items and is basically less sparse than what the first order would usually have. Specifically, the signal appears to be coming from the second floor of the building.
Okay, we'll zero in with the directional mic.
What's the range on the directional mic?
I don't know if Wedge gave me one. Audio pickup, okay. 50 to 100, 250, 500.
Okay. Okay. As you can see, there's several patrols going on in this area. Crow, when you first use your directional mic, you are picking up a large amount of white noise. I get a communications roll to try to kind of retune and find slightly better positioning. You do recognize the pattern of the sound though, as it is coming from a white noise generator.
Okay.
Probably not very big.
Keep an eye, folks. I'm gonna go Zen real fast.
While he's doing that, Rory, is there anything that you'd like to do?
Not really. Just kind of. Since he's focusing on that, I will focus on the people around us. making sure no one's heading our way, and maybe seeing if we could head a bit closer if need be.
Okay. Do you have any light amplification active in the suit you're wearing, Rory?
Light amplification? Let's see. Did tell Darwin about that. Whenever you play.
Oh, sure. 32 damage.
Thank you, Zen.
Okay. With your focusing, you are remembering basically the math that was shoved into your head on pain of corporal punishment.
Mhm.
And you're able to, listening to this, determine the artificial white noise pattern, and are able to tweak your listener to kind of screen it out.
Okay. Once I've got it zeroed in, I will first of all turn off the scanner for the tracker to conserve power.
Okay.
And second, route the audio pickup into the PTP network so that Rory can hear without us without the audio blasting from my suit and giving us away on the roof.
Gotcha.
Nice. I believe it's just first order armor. So, IR mode, IR vision in darkness,
If-
smoking.
It's a
targets.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess you can call it. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, so the IR vision in darkness and all that is what they use for night vision in this game.
Okay. In which case, I will add a multiplier to your ability to see light. Okay. Let me double check, make sure that you have yours now.
I do not. Currently, I don't. Okay, there we go. Because all I can see was my mini before.
Oh, okay. That pretty much with the light amplification. That pretty much reveals the entire map.
Yeah.
Heal.
Don't forget my buddy. Am I supposed to be rolling hit points for him, or does he use the normal wound rules?
I'll translate now, shouldn't we? He has, I'll say he's graduated to having hit points.
Okay.
You have control to edit the token.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Sorry, Rory, you were keeping a track on the people around? I believe is what you mentioned. Okay.
Crow is focusing on the inside, I focus on the outside.
Okay. We're just gonna keep it away. No one's seemingly noticed you yet. Meanwhile, in the apartment, you'll hear one of the female voices uh, you don't recognize it, Rory. It's not one you've listened to. Crow, you recognize the voice as Leslie's. She is one of the rail that was critiquing the recycling facility.
Okay.
She has also made you aware that she is going to be requisitioning crew to overhaul your recycling facilities. But that should arrive in the crew should arrive in a week, and it should take the month to complete. Because what they're going to be doing is they're going to be shutting down one facility when they work on it to keep the others active, and then it'll go through a rotation.
Okay.
She'll be swooping up. I'm also a little surprised that the ne'er-do-wells the majors mentioning hasn't gotten to the transports already. I'm sure they've been seen, provided that he's not just talking about malcontents. There'll be a somewhat dismissive voice that the both of you will recognize as Zacia's. He may be a bit paranoid, but I'm thinking they're weighing their options, or they just haven't figured out a way to get in. A male's voice will speak up. They might just not know where they're going yet. Leslie will speak up again. Well, they're going to be wondering for
recording run.
Yes. They'll be wondering for a bit then. You'll hear Kane speak up. Well, aside from all that, how is everything actually processing? In the background, and you'll make a few adjustments when you hear it. There'll be some metallic, almost sound spikes and grating noises. Once you tone it down so you can listen to it a bit better, it's the sound of silverware. It sounds like they're possibly eating or they're this meeting.
Gripping bastards having no respect for eavesdroppers eaten in the middle of being recorded. How much?
This is obviously near the end of the meal. This is where you go in and pull Batman. Now, none of you are safe.
Realize how much chewing and suckling I'm going to have to edit out of this recording now?
Well, it depends on how messy eaters they are.
Will be another. Yeah. There'll be another male voice. You'll recognize it as Zary's, and I actually put that pod for these people. There is a bit of a difference from the actual pog. They focus more general representation of them. This is Zary.
The guy who looks like he wants to be in Deus Ex. Gotcha.
Yes. His Google Glass antenna little thing.
I did ask for this, thank you. You're actually right, I did ask for this. It makes me 10% more douchier. It's great. Hi, I'm with Rior. I'm kind of a big deal.
There'll be a slurping noise of a drink before he speaks. I imagine the flow is pretty good with the extra workers that we have on the mines. Last I checked, we're looking at at least 200 kilos of transport. Lastly, let's speak up again. Actually, it's. Oh, you're right. It's actually about 200. Yeah. I've had to speed up their rotations a little bit with how efficient they're working now, and with the Yappy finding more veins as the plasma drill is opening up a few new areas. Looks like if the reports are accurate, the okay, the Zinti Ward site should be nearly complete and ready to be extracted. I'd say one of the others, Zaisha will speak up, interrupting her. You'll say it's going to be done in about a day. I'll say 50 that it's done within the next 6 hours. There'll be a few chuckles, and Kane will speak up. I'll be in on that. But how's security on the site? I assume we're worried about that. There'll be a from Leslie. That's more the major's concern, but I haven't been concerned about. It'll look bad if the oscillator gets hit by these, and you'll probably hear the air quotes armed dissidents. But at the moment, we're looking at a perimeter defense, mostly of augmented seekers and a light force. Though it certainly has more people than the workers are working. Which one is Ariel say? They're always working. You'll hear something being placed down and the hum of a hollow emitter. There'll be a sarcastic ooh from one of them as you'll hear the sound of movement, and Leslie's voice moving further or closer away from the mic, depending on where she is. Despite our smooth operations, though, and security aside, I have had to do some adjustments to the route in case they're actually being looked at and mapped out. Ultimately, they still are heading to point 5235. Just with a little extra travel time here and here. She'll go into some.
Do they have a window?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Like, can we get visual for this?
They do have. You see these?
Mm-hmm.
Those are windows. However, your angle will not capture what it is looking at.
Oh, reset.
Okay. I believe we were using Vipera as the stand-in for the reset drill.
Unless you put in that new mini, yeah.
Let me make I use it for me.
Would this be sneak or hide?
Because we said it's actually moving, it would be sneak.
And bonus.
Okay, we should see mini reset.
I should. Oh, yeah, okay. I can't control him, but I see.
No, because oh, but I know why. Because even though it's a copy, it's still synced to the other things in this thing. So there's no confusion. Going to re-add that. Okay, should be available.
Yep. That should give him LOS.
Oh. Oh.
My gosh.
I'm re-rolling all the ones. There's one. So, okay, surprisingly, he has not been seen yet. I was thinking that roll was going to be a little more rolly than it was. But that is perfectly fine. Okay, what you're seeing on the inside is a holographic representation of the routes that the transports are using. So it's a representation of the initial landing pad, several of the transports lifting off, and a number of them breaking away. Each of them taking a different route to ultimately get to what's been labeled the Zinti Ward. The Zinti Ward, according to the map, is 487 kilometers southeast of the city. What you'll see is a um, representation of a building, the landing pad itself, and a large circle that is just a matte black on the holo projector. For scale, you're looking at a circle that has a 1.5 kilometer diameter.
Okay.
I don't like that.
You're also seeing a crisscrossing of like a wireframe of lights over the represented hole. They aren't holographic artifacts. Whatever they're representing, there's intentionally a wireframe over it. As the conversation continues, it sounds like there have been there's active workers going on there, around the clock. Material being manually shipped in and such. Their estimations for completion of the project is again, Leslie's saying a day. Or Leslie is saying a day. Zaysha is thinking it's going to be like 6 hours. No, actually appears to be speaking with a bit more seriousness than the jovial nature of Zaysha. So take that as you may in terms of what the actual time period is. Raymond, will speak up. Well, this is all well and good. It gets complete. It gets airlifted over to the mainland where it's going. So, what kind of accolades are we looking at here? I'm not twiddling my thumbs with the highest power for nothing. You'll hear a sound before.
Which one said that?
Wait, the airlifting the object to the mainland? That line?
Yeah, and the technical accolades. Yeah.
That was rain.
Got it. Making notes.
This guy.
Starbuck.
Yes, I'm looking for accolades. I'm not dealing with highest powers for nothing, you little shit. I'm important.
I think his name should be Karen.
Yes, I will speak to your manager. Do you know who I am, sir? I know who you are. I think I don't know. We didn't.
Yep, no problem. Anyway, Zero, you'll be. I know that this is a part of some big intelligence project. The Governor Price here seems to have an invested interest in it. I imagine he wants a promotion or something. Reynold. Yeah, well, that doesn't really answer my question. So we get in good with the Order's intelligence division. We can't exactly be pulling favors or anything from intelligence. I'd imagine if we start doing that, then they'd look into us, and not that we're doing anything wrong, but I'd rather not to be looked at too keenly. Can't you worry too much. Though you're not exactly wrong. I don't exactly be pulling favors in from intelligence myself. I heard that uh, the First Order and all of their serial numbers. I heard that D1 is heading this. Some project that's been tried before, I think. As Rachel said, what happened to that one? You'll hear a slight rustle of clothing or so man of movement. I don't know. Who can respond? All I know is that it failed in some sort of spectacular fashion. I assume there's been revisions now at this point. I'm not really looking to see what that's all about. Obviously, I could get out of the city and go back to where I was. It was a lot more easy to manage and a lot less high profile. Lashley will chime in. But I think high profile here is Taldarin. Have you seen the guy's service record? Not even sure why he's posted here. He really should be in some sort of special operations training. Though, yeah. It makes him a little bit too much of a wild card. If we were just dealing with Price here, then Kano finish. Yeah, just the governor. I'd be fine with staying here. Their conversation goes into a bit of chit chat. Are you wanting to stick around to see if any relevant information pops up? Okay. How about you, Rory? Any input on that?
Just kind of listening as well, just making sure we're not gonna get spotted. Also, once in a while being like, not really saying anything because it kind of like, but we need to record. It's like, should we discuss things later?
Okay. Half an hour. Another half an hour. Rory, since you are keeping a look see, I need to double check. There's 30 and okay. You'll looking at the patrols, Rory. You will notice that on the ground cruiser that is moving along its way is at a pretty good vantage point to see reset.
Kind of tap for a couple times and just mention we might want to get it reset out of there.
I will pull him back if I can do it without giving him away.
If he stays where he is, as according to Rory, he will be spotted. If he moves away, he can make a new stealth roll.
Okay. And we will attempt the stealth roll, I guess. Yep.
Hey, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? I don't know, man.
Were you willing to pull reset?
Something about God.
Back to the backpack. I moved him over by us because he had enough move to do that.
Roll communications, please, Nether.
I believe he did. The 32?
That was for filtering out the white noise.
Hmm.
This is something else that I know about. I know a thing he has.
Okay. Hey, yeah? I think there's a god. You don't have the list, do you know why we're here? That's fair questions, isn't it? Why are we here?
Okay, Crow.
Mm-hmm.
Your interception antenna will pick something up.
Oh, my headset thing. Sweet.
It's coming from one of the security frequencies. Identified patrol droid, please send your code number.
So it was spotted.
Spotted?
He was because they streaked. Yeah. They don't know Viper. To my knowledge, they don't know Viper's been jacked yet. So we will send Viper's control number.
Okay. So you're route. I guess you're routing it to reset who's routing it to the vehicle. Yeah. Okay.
One minute forward. Also, I will need to be heading out soon.
Okay. Okay, VCX 3495. Please be aware that your control code has been listed as missing. Please get a new one when you report back for your rest cycle.
Roger, Roger.
Okay, reset can return to your back.
Sweet.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I guess I was still through. Oh, not quite enough. Okay. The is there any particular information that you guys are hoping comes up or listening for during the conversation?
Let's see. They've already given us coordinates at this point.
Given us coordinates, hypothetically, what the project is that they're working on. At this point, we're just kind of figuring out their personalities. I've already written some notes of stuff like things that could drive them, things like that. He's just kind of sort of profiling. I don't even know if he's capable of that, but
Well, to an extent, the player's skills can count as well if it makes sense for the character to be able to do it. He has a keen mind.
Yeah, well, and also hearing them actually talk chit chat gives a little bit more information. That's one mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah. Otherwise, what kind of chit chat are we talking? Just general shooting the shit, or
It
I'd say
devolves.
is this one of those situations where we can pretty much guess that they're done talking for the day.
It devolves into that. Part of what I was asking is if you guys are trying to listen for specific things, I'll I'll kind of determine is that a topic that they would bring up amongst themselves.
It's like we're looking for like any more relevant information, as it were, be it to these, either other threads or referring in reference to this secret project we now obviously have to go check out.
Okay.
and for Rory, maybe you see what executive family is doing if they speak about that, because he would have better ideas hypothetically of how to deal with that, and maybe other clans that they're dealing with, mainland stuff.
Okay. In terms of that, uh, they uh, they will talk about kind of the greater whole. There are a lot of resources that the Rayar as a clan are having to organize in the mainland. Um, Again, it seems tied to a singular project with outlying areas like um, like the area that Cole is in terms of like the kind of small island continent is being used to um, make kind of like not quite surplus, um, more more either secondary items or using the area for what can't be manufactured in the mainland due to uh, perhaps a stable space. As in the mainland, you are dealing with the idea of you have to clear out trees if you are going to do a large project, and that could destabilize other things. Versus out here, where if you blow away a kilometer or so jungle, it doesn't affect much because it's sparse around here. So you can have larger projects.
They're essentially outsourcing projects out throughout the area to kind of just do whatever they want. Kind of do mundane projects that they don't have room for necessarily.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay. Yeah. More the larger construction projects that they can't necessarily safely do in the mainland. At least not without causing enough of a disruption that people might notice. Let's see. I already mentioned that, but that this thing's going to be airlifted somewhere in the mainland. The Rayar in the mainland have about 60% of what they're organizing is manpower, and that includes like droids. And budgeting the mainland's continental energy. Apparently the power grid is occasionally being taxed.
Which I vaguely recall coming up previously.
Their thought is that whatever this super secret project is, whatever phase that they're at is probably either doing tests or maybe whatever setup they're doing just requires a phenomenal amount of power just to get going. These particular group of Ray aren't sure because they haven't recently been in contact with the mainland. Leslie, however, of the people having conversations, appears to know the most about what's going on in the mainland, as she was responsible uh, for quote unquote budgeting and organizing um, massive um, about actually give me a second here. I should have been remember considering pseudonyms. About 1,000 medium-sized fusion generators that were to be shipped out over. Give me a second. I actually did not expect this to come up. I need to look up a number.
If you need to, you can just check because I actually do need to.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Sorry.
No problem. Well, see you in a bit.
Talk to you at
Mm.
continue anyway.